Everybody, we're getting on again with Fire Emblem Three Houses. Just got the cutscene here.
Our scout has returned. As
Hello,
expected,
hello,
there
hello.
are quite a few Imperial soldiers stationed there. I see. So the
Story
enemy is
time.
prepared for our arrival. It matters not. I will kill them all, whether they are 1 or 100.
That's not necessary. Where's the one that's like, yeah, Dimitri, let's kill them all? What's the option of that?
What would you do if you saw the people who
Fake
stole
choices,
everything
yeah.
from you? If you
Fake
saw them
choices.
right before your eyes, living carefree lives and feeling no guilt,
It's like,
would you feel nothing?
game,
Do
I
nothing?
feel like I'm being railroaded
5
here.
years ago, did you
I don't
not
feel like
tell
I'm getting
whoever
enough
killed
freedom.
John to be unforgivable?
choice.
I am
definitely
most
did.
certain that you did. You couldn't let her get away
I
with her
thought I
crime,
was going to get
so
to
you took
choose
up
my
your sword
adventure.
in pursuit.
What is this?
This
Precisely
Is-
my point. We're the same, you and
Sparta.
I.
Stupid!
Then Felix shows
You're
up
wasting
and
your
says,
time.
Sorry guys,
There's
I
nothing
need
to be
do my
gained from
plugin.
exchanging words
Have you
with
guys
a
ever
boy
played a
that
game
has
called
lost its
Raid Shadow
mind?
Legends?
Felix,
This is war. Every last one of us has
No.
lost someone we care
'Cause I
for.
don't play gotchas.
But we all choose to suppress our anger and grief and go right on living.
If I told you there's
Do you-
I don't play illegal scams.
illegal scams. I mean, technically you did for a while.
No, I mean this one was extra illegal with how it did its
Revenge
advertisements.
can't bring the
Oh, Raid
dead
Shadow
back to
Legends was
life.
legal?
Unfortunately, such a
They're
series of events.
kinda.
Hanging on to your anger like the boar here is futile.
The fuck?
I'll show you a
Felix.
song about it
If
later.
the dead are beyond reach,
There's a
is it
song?
not
Of course
also
there's a
us
song.
to
It's the fucking
mourn
internet.
or
It
even
is
bury
illegal.
those who are
And it
lost?
just says, okay, that's it.
That mind of yours. I'm done.
It's more how they handle their
Remember, Professor,
advertisers.
it's not compassion for this fool that has brought
But
all
first,
this
a
to fall.
word from our
There are
sponsors.
those of us who
Raid
despise the Empire
Shadow
and
Legends.
those who side with the church.
Yeah,
Keep
man.
running down this
Not
path.
feeling it.
It's
Yeah,
only a
I
matter
remember
of
that game
time
was
before
so
the ground
memorable,
beneath
like,
us
2 years ago.
collapses.
'Cause
That's
it was
enough,
everywhere.
Felix.
And the fact is, the developers knew it was memeable, so they
You're a
cashed in
damned
hard on
fool, old man.
Yeah, they just had everybody fucking do it. They're like, hey, we'll sponsor your
And
shit.
people still are
Hey, we'll
doing
sponsor
it.
your shit too. Just throw, advertise us at the beginning of your video, please.
And we'll give you this stuff that's worth about $2.
Yeah, a lot of good that did for most of the people that did it.
Yeah, because I think Raid Shadow Legends was pretty much a deal with I think Raid was pretty much a game where it was built on just bad publicity, but as we all know, any publicity is good publicity.
Yep.
Okay. Sadly, I gotta be right back. So stall for time because we're gonna go right into the mission after this. I go deal with a dog now. Because apparently somebody else doesn't want to do it, and even though we started stream.
Quit being a little bitch already.
Okay, so give me a second. Buy time, guys. Got a static screen of Gylith right here, so do that as you may wish. I'll be right back.
Well, I'll just play the Jeopardy theme while he's gone and just do nothing. It'll fit the image on the video at least. Yeah. What the fuck are we supposed to do while the actual person hosting is gone?
I don't know.
How's your day, Explodes? How are you?
Bored, because not much really happened.
Riveting.
How about you?
I'm having dinner.
Yum. Just like always.
Hey, I I literally just get off work when I come in. All right, shut the fuck up.
That's no excuse. Stop at McDonald's and
No
eat while you
use.
drive.
Interesting. Okay, I'm back. Let's go! Let's go. Oh, the Great Bridge Coup. This mission.
Bridge-kun. Always infamous for being bad in Fire Emblem.
What, bridge levels are bad? Is that how it goes?
Well, they are the two GameCube games. From what I've heard, they're the most, some of the hardest in the series.
I didn't realize they had two games on the GameCube.
Yeah, the Ike games.
But this route
Only one of them's on GameCube.
of House Gloucester, Imperial supporters.
Okay,
The other's on
whatever.
Wii.
Request help from Claude, the leader. of
Okay,
House
thank you for being pedantic.
Claude agrees.
You're
to
welcome.
distract
I mean,
House
technically
Gloucester's
is right.
soldiers, and the Kingdom Army marches on.
I don't think it's actually
the Great Bridge of
pedantic.
Merton
I think you would have been
across the
safe if
Aramid
you said
River,
the two Ike
which
games
separates the
from the
Alliance
get-go.
and the Empire.
Yeah.
Yes, but then I'd have to put effort into thinking.
Ah, dude, Ike is less.
Or you could have called it the Telia series, you know, for the region that it takes place in.
Thank you.
Oh.
You know, treat Fire Emblem like it's Pokemon. Talk about the games by region.
Oh, thanks.
Stupid.
I thank you.
Okay, well, so I forgot why we're doing this. We're on a bridge. As soon
I
as I
have
see the map, I'm
gratitude.
gonna know exactly what
Uh,
context.
So,
is.
something killed them all.
Ah, okay. Root the enemy. Root the enemy. You got me at root the enemy. All right, let's take a look at this map.
I believe it's pronounced route, but yeah.
Oh yes, oh our boy's coming. Our boy is definitely coming by. Yeah, boy.
What is this the one where you get to do that?
Yes, our beautiful
Oh, boy, he's
boy
coming.
back to us in awesome.
Our worthless disposable character that, you know, they literally replaced because there was a chance he could be killed
Yeah.
just for not doing side quests.
Exactly.
Oh yeah. Totally important.
It's
Yeah.
exactly that guy you've spoken of in that exact fashion.
But you've already got to do in your party. It's the guy with the orange hair.
No, he's the father-in-law, man. That's all he.
That's what he's basically to do.
Nope, totally different character.
No, he's there just to fill his role.
Totally different character.
Plot-wise and gameplay-wise, he's just there to replace the unit. It's exactly like you wanted. Gee, Mark, you've been asking for innovation. It's already right there.
And if you guys want to know
Yeah, you're just not looking hard enough.
Watch our last episode.
Mark, you're just not thinking about this fourth dimensionally.
Bro, I don't think you're looking at this sixth dimensionally. That's the problem. You're not looking at this sixth dimensionally, alright? That's where we differ.
Amateurs!
Oh no.
You should be looking at it
dimension.
ultimately.
Would you like me to talk about the 34th?
34th dimension.
It's an enemy
No one
race.
talks about the
Stay
34th
calm
dimension.
and face them head on. Send a messenger to Acheron immediately.
You're right, it's all about the 35th.
Oh, I
We
thought
might
you were
be
gonna say it's
able
all
to
about
pull
that
off a
69th
pincer attack.
dimension.
Hailguard's dog, huh? All the
69 is not a rule.
Okay, so yeah,
Attack
we
Vladislava
obviously
and
root the
take the
enemy,
bridge.
and then
Shall we begin?
Take out the commander, which is that lady, which I do believe has no bearing on the plot. She is.
What's
probably
my
worse than
strategy?
you.
Which lady?
Right here, I believe her name is Ladislav. What do you pronounce that?
Ladislava?
Ladislava. Okay, yeah. I think this is the only map you actually fight her in, and you actually do kill her. So.
Yeah, I think she's like inconsequential. Yeah.
Yeah, she is inconsequential.
I was wondering if it was like the stepmother or not. So I was like, wait, which character we talked about here?
Yeah, so.
Most characters are only fought once and die.
Let's make
Yeah.
In fact,
Kinda
they're
weird.
rarely ever mentioned outside of their cutscene, aside from a few.
It's almost like they're a waste of voice castings.
Shall we?
Sir, that's what you like to call having a person that can
I do
many
this
voices.
for all of us.
Pretty sure they don't have a whole lot of repeats in the game.
They love to use Gohan's voice for lots of different characters in this game.
Which Gohan?
Sorry, Ryu. They like to use like the mini iterations.
Okay, Kyle Huber. Okay, that one. Adult Gohan. Okay.
Yeah.
Because there's like 3 voices of Gohan. There's the original Kid Gohan,
Apologies for
there's
the arrival.
Adult Gohan, and then there was New Kid Gohan.
We can
Slash new
discuss
Kid
it later.
Goku.
For now, allow me to join your forces.
Yeah, who was also and old Kid Gohan was also Kid Goku. Yeah.
That always weirds me out. I'm just like, were they trying to pseudo faithfully to the original anime or the original voice cast? Where
I honestly have no idea.
they could have just made it somebody else and nobody would have cared. That's just how I feel. The matter. Let's see. Not gonna do much damage in that one. I forgot we have the nuke with us. Attacking. Gotcha. Yeah, because when I first watched Dragon Ball Z, Gohan's voice and then you see Dragon Ball, I was like, why is it the same voice?
I've got no time
They're
for
different
mercy.
people.
I think it's mainly just I think part of it is just the fact that it's this generational thing. I think the other part of it is just they're similar in stature and appearance. So like it's whatever. Just use the same voice.
Because Bardock,
I mean, a weirder thing was like Mega Man 8 and Mega Man X4. Where it was just one studio, or might not even have been a studio, but just like one little localization team. I just got just like the same like 4 or 5 people to voice all the characters that appeared in both, right?
Yeah.
So you had Mega Man, who was very diminutive, very very small and cutesy, right? You got somebody who sounds kind of. You got a chick to play the role. Okay, sure. That's young boys in anime, voiced by girl to make sound youthful.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. But then they used the same person to voice X. The edgier, the edgier, more mature looking character. Just because, oh well, they look the same. There's, blue armor, arm cannon, it's the same character, right? Like, no, it just sounds so weird. It's like, holy shit. Granted, it's so bad, it's actually kind of likable at this point, but like, damn. Was I confused when I first played both of those games? Like, why does X sound like a whiny little girl? Isn't X supposed to be cool? I remember when he showed up in the cartoon, he was like 3 feet taller than Mega Man and buff.
We're talking about Mega Man X7.
No, we're talking about Mega Man X4, and then I also mentioned the American cartoon where there was one episode where X appeared.
Yeah, I just figured when you mentioned whiny little girl, it would be 7 because that's where he whines the most.
No, I meant like when I first played X4.
He literally does. In that game.
Believe me, I agree, but like I'm talking about when I first played X4, my first thought was, why does X sound like a whiny little girl every time he does anything? Because it was a girl playing it. It was like, okay.
That makes so much sense.
Yeah, but like, damn, because like I played X4, and then like I think like a month later, my brother got Mega Man 8 because like we never had a main series Mega Man title before, and we liked Mega Man and Mega Man X and stuff. So like, hey, here there's a Mega Man game for the PlayStation also. Let's get that too. So play that. Like,
probably the same set.
Why does he sound like X?
Probably just recycled the same voice actor to save a few yen.
Yeah. They did. Yeah.
Yeah, I believe that's 20.
They did.
Can't afford to slack off.
Mega Man 8 and Mega Man X4 came out at the same time and were localized by the same team.
Yeah, and I wasn't paying much attention, sorry.
Yeah, fuck you too. Okay. Anyway.
What? What?
But yeah. But studios nowadays don't really tend to reuse voices except for like the really, really background stuff. Like say you have Yuri Lowenthal voicing like a couple of main characters, and he gives them both like distinct voices. But then like he's also voicing like 40% of the generic NPCs that you fight, because it's all just one reused take, and he makes it sound like the most generic, gruff, like angry buff guy henchman that you can. Or you get who's another prolific voice actor that does a bunch of background stuff. There's actually a lot of them. But, like, you never remember who did what because they're background characters, or they're not even characters. It's just background noise. But yeah, typically for stuff like this, where like you have multiple actual named characters, and like the whole thing, we're like, oh yeah, the entire game is fully voiced. Like, oh, that's cool. It was like, yeah, you might have like 3 people doing multiple roles, but they're all generic small time roles. Or you just have like a bunch of small time actors providing voices for all those small time roles, while you got the recognizable voices just doing the main characters and stuff.
Or the person who's doing all 3 voices can actually act and has a very good range of different voice abilities.
There's the voice of Fred right there, but for every voice of Fred, I'm sorry, not Fred. Getting somebody like the voice of Freddy is such a hard task for people, because it takes a lot of talent to make each voice sound distinct as possible.
I mean, and then you've also got like when you've got just like very specific voices for like specific characters and whatnot, and then you get voice doubles as well. Impressionists that actually fill a role for the actual person if they're not on hand. like what's his name, James Arnold Taylor, or I think that's his name, the guy that played Tidus in Final Fantasy X. He voice doubles for a lot of cartoon characters.
Oh, Reggie, go on after this. But I did want to. My mind just came up with the name Frank Welker. That's the guy. That's the name.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I don't recognize the name, but yeah. But yeah, James Arnold Taylor does voice doubles for Fred Flintstone and like a whole bunch of like really old cartoons, and I think recent cartoons as well. I think he's been doing a bunch of those, if I recall. But yeah, it's like I never would have known that unless until I watched just him talking at a convention, because he just goes through like every voice. Oh, like holy shit, what? You're like, mean I watched this dude in my childhood too? I was like, I thought he got into the game with, I thought he went into the scene with Final Fantasy X. But no, he's been doing this shit for like a long ass time. I'm like, holy crap, that dude's old.
Yeah, you'd be surprised. A lot of the people from the original era of voiceover acting really had to have a lot of range for the sake of the company to not have to pay a bunch of people to do different voices.
Yeah. And the fact that like they make a bunch of voices like so distinct, like Fred Flintstone, for instance, like, or Barney, like, yeah, it's just like, yeah, everybody's gonna sound pretty like just imitate that, or like make it sound close. Like, okay, yeah, we can hit that, or whatever. It's like, but nowadays, like, everybody sounds kind of generic, or at least in if you're looking at like anime, at least everybody sounds the fucking same, because like it's just like one company doing it all, like in the States.
Yeah.
And they rarely give them instruction to change their voice.
Yeah, I was like, you've got like maybe 4 people that can, or no, you've got 8 people that can actually do consistent voices of different ranges. But no matter what, if you're watching a new anime, it's just their normal voice. And watch another, oh hey, it's that guy, but he's just doing his normal voice. Watch another anime, oh hey, it's that guy, and he's doing his normal high pitched voice.
Yeah, that's kind of what did me in for watching One Piece, because One Piece used a lot of voice inflections from Dragon Ball. Because same, obviously, it's Funimation, but it's one of those things where you're like, oh.
And it started around the same time too, technically. I mean, the dub didn't start around the same time, but like, I mean, they used their experience with Dragon Ball and everything else.
Voices in Japan.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah. Well, what's it? Yeah, like anything Funimation related, like you will recognize Chris Sabat. You will recognize Steve Bloom. Steve Bloom's not actually part of Funimation, but like he works with them a lot anyway, because he works in both Texas and Los Angeles, right? You will recognize Crispin Freeman. You will recognize Todd Haberkorn. You will recognize you will recognize just about every voice from the from the late '90s and the early 2000s, even in today. Like, they've got like several newer people today now, right? Like, they've got more people now, but like they're getting slightly better at like putting in like fresh voices for the newer releases now. But like, the moment you hear anything from like within like from 98 to 2014, it's all like the same 20 fucking people.
You're right. You definitely.
I do kind of find it enjoyable when I'm watching like the old 90s stuff though, because like you watch Dragon Ball Z, like you got Vegeta, you've got Piccolo, you've got Yamcha, all one dude, and then you've got what's it? Yeah, Raditz, Android 17 and stuff. Although those aren't the same person, but like Raditz and Boo, Super Boo specifically. They're like
hold that thought, Explode. You saw that, right?
No, I won't. Like, it was only. I was looking elsewhere while listening to the story.
Oh, okay, never mind. Go ahead. Yeah, that was no. Boy, go on, Reggie. Go on, Reggie. I gotta restart time.
I think somebody just died. Yeah.
She had the second wind. She took survival 1 HP, but
Miracle.
Yeah, she had Miracle on her, and so. But then Arnold was like, oh, let me go snipe that.
Like, oh, what's that? You survived?
let's fix that. Okay, so go on. You're talking about your.
Let's make this quick.
Like, I found it really enjoyable to watching Dragon Ball Z and then watching something like another show like Yu Yu Hakusho, and then recognizing the other voices. Like, wait a minute, why the fuck does Kuwabara sound so similar to that one punk that showed up in an episode of Dragon Ball Z?
Yajirobe?
No. I mean, like, there's like just like a random punk, and I was like, wait a minute, no, the random punk sounds like Kuwabara, and then I realized, wait a minute, it's all just Chris Sabat.
Everything is Chris Sabat.
That was Yajirobe.
I was like, oh, that's so cool. And then, like,
I'll do my best.
also just like watching Yu Yu Hakusho back in the 90s, like, this old lady is Frieza.
Which one?
It's got the same like chain smoker voice.
Yeah, the chain smoker voice.
Yeah. Linda Parker, I think, was her name, but yeah. And funny thing is, Linda Park is actually the mother of the person who voices Tien, who also does several voices still for Funimation and like other shows. I forget his name. It's like John Bergmeyers or something like that. I don't remember. But yeah. Oh no, did I say Linda Park? No, it's Linda Young, I think was the name. But yeah. Definitely really good fit for Genkai, but horrible fit for Frieza. I mean, it was the first time we heard Frieza, but like, damn. Once you start hearing the replacements, it's like, wow. It's pretty jank. Not gonna lie.
You know, the funny thing is, I believe she still does voicing for Fasha.
Yeah, they still, like, a lot of them still do voicing, yeah.
Because the thing is, you never have heard the same actors do Frieza, the first dub of Frieza in the movie. But then when you look at Fasha, whenever because Fasha is still relevant in the video game, surprising as it is. But I play Dragon Ball Legends, as you know, and Fasha is a character in that game, and she is voiced. Right,
every character is a character in that game.
So like, they still have her on I guess retainer for that particular character, as odd as it is.
Yep. And then like a lot of the cast has been replaced because of Dragon Ball Kai. Like, for instance, Birder is now voiced by, or was voiced by Vic Mignogna, right? Unlike before, where they got someone. Huh?
I didn't know that was Vic.
Yeah, that's Vic.
Wow, that's gonna be so weird.
The biggest cry.
Yeah, every time I hear
the biggest voice.
Birder, I just think it's Birder. That one, but...
Yeah, in Dragon Ball Z Kai, that was Vic.
That's pretty cool.
I'm pretty sure it wasn't him in the original, but like they had him replace whoever originally did Birder. I don't know who.
And meanwhile, in the same episode, they committed the cardinal sin of changing the accent of Jice.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Prepared.
And then what's it? Who else was? Oh, and then like Goldo was replaced from for Kai as well, right? Don't know who voiced Goldo originally, but I know for damn certain that the one that voiced him in Kai was Greg Ayers.
Proceed carefully.
Well,
The funny thing is, the first time I heard his voice was in an anime that wasn't even related to Funimation, I think. But yeah.
Will not die yet.
that's very interesting.
I feel
I
cool.
knew there. I didn't know Vic was Burger.
Aspire
I didn't
to
really
be
watch
my
Kai.
best.
When Kai first came out, I thought, oh man, they're gonna make like a good version. They're gonna reanimate everything, and like, nah, it's kind of the same, just cut.
It's
I
remastered.
like watching it just to
And-
shout out censored sometimes. Because they did a lot of censorship.
Only on TV.
Except for that one time when they
Like-
goofed up.
Like every punch was replaced with a flash of light and a sound effect.
That was more. I wasn't referring to those because I barely even noticed those.
Yeah, me too. But like when somebody actually pointed it out, like, oh wow. I was like, and like when you're like watching like the actual like the fights where they're just doing back and forth slugfest or whatever, not like the rapid fire fisticuffs that they're like blocking really fast or like dodging really fast. No, like every time something actually makes contact, like they're like flying up, punch, flash of light, fly back into him, punch, flash of light. It's like, oh wow, that's.
Entertainment, everybody.
I was like the moment somebody pointed it out, I couldn't unsee it.
Also,
And
they decided to insert a couple of different animation, like new scenes that were like so forgettable that you're like, why did they even do it?
Wait, they inserted new stuff?
Yeah, they did like a couple of things to transition.
The better to
weird
serve
stuff
His Highness.
that were cuts. They inserted like maybe a couple of scenes, of extra scenes. I forget what they were. I know that the one that comes to my mind is the one with Master Roshi, where he's like randomly has this different. You could tell the animation looks a little newer compared to the rest of it.
I'm pretty sure Kai didn't cut away like that.
They did have. I know they added. I'm not saying they did it a lot, but they did add a couple of.
Unless it was actually something that was still from the manga. They didn't cut away. That's the original dub that did that.
they actually
Or the
forgot
original show that did it. Hmm?
I think even in the DVD they cut out most of the filler stuff, even the good filler.
Dragon Ball Kai was literally just Dragon Ball Z without the filler.
Fighting wears me.
It sucks because again, some of that filler was really good,
Yeah.
which is rare.
Yeah, some of it's fun, some of it's interesting, some of it's Yeah.
I must keep going.
You know,
So when they actually left in a filler piece, you're like, wait, what?
what I think they should have done is I think they should have just got the original run that they did, and then just expertly cut things that did not matter. And I'm not saying don't redub everything.
That would have taken too much work.
Hey, it's Dragon Ball. That's not an excuse. They have.
They remastered the entire show. I'd say that's good enough.
Even if it was a little too blindingly burnt.
That's only in the censored version. Like if you watch it uncut, it looks it's just exactly the way it was, except that all the art is like cel shaded or whatever instead of hand drawn. That's the only thing. Like frame by frame, shot by shot, it's all exactly the same. They even got the same little like wobble lines whenever people like are like stunned by another person's power.
Because I remember I tried doing something like that when I was younger. Was it my teenage years? Because I got the files for the episodes, and I was like,
Yeah, I remember you talking about that.
I was thinking like, could I try to make the episode at least into like a movie format? And it can be possible. It just takes a lot of time.
Oh yeah,
It can be.
yeah.
You gotta do.
But
each
like
in
also like Yeah, like that would require actually having the footage, though.
See, the best thing that Kai did, in my opinion, was do that shortening of the cell game. Like, all the episodes that have to deal with them waiting for the cell games to begin were completely cut out, and I am thankful for
I'm
that.
sorry.
That's literally what they did for the entire series. All of Snake Way was gone. All of the the downtime for anything else was gone. All Gohan's entire training, and him learning how to actually fend for himself and stuff, gone.
Some of that was actually pretty good. So it was a bit of a loss, but a lot of the other stuff, yeah, I can't imagine why they would keep it.
Yeah, like the
Snake Way thing, I can understand them cutting that because like it gets really contrived when Goku falls off the fucking bridge and then has to start it over and then falls off the bridge again and starts over.
Yeah, you could
but like,
cut that out,
I think they could have at least had like shown like a little bit of it of like his escapades there, like Madam Snake or whatever the fuck, right? Like that was at least like a funny little side thing. Like, oh, like what? Like, wait, that's not the end of the path, though. But like,
he didn't want to spend too much time there either.
Yeah, I know, but like, just saying, like, it's an adventure still. Like, just show the adventure. It's like
there. He takes
I can forgive something like My Hero Academia for doing that because that's just the way it's paced. That's how it's actually paced in the comic and whatnot, right?
Yeah.
Granted, I'm assuming the manga for Dragon Ball also didn't have most of that stuff either, but like, it's a fun.
Well, that's because he's supposed to be there in a certain amount of time.
Yeah. That is true.
Here's an idea. How would the tone of the show be if we just focused on what Goku was
Let's
doing
make this quick.
during the same saga? You know how much more I would say impact that would have had if you were just focusing on what Goku was doing.
Why? So that when he shows up, everybody's dead, and it's shock.
Exactly.
No.
No.
That would be kind of boring.
No.
Because you'd be like, oh, it's like, oh yeah, like Goofy Adventures, wacky space gods and stuff. Okay, cool. Anyway, oh, you really need to get going now. Your friends are in danger. Oh no! And then we spend how many episodes was Goku flying across Snake Way?
5.
10?
Yep.
5 episodes? 5 fucking to spend 5 episodes of him flying and just straight flying. And then we get there and oh, everybody's dead. But then you say no, we wouldn't focus on him flying for 5 full episodes. No, we'd have him flying and then he'd just get there and then everybody's dead. Oh, cool. So just like, but no matter what, it ends with tonal whiplash. Cool. No. Tonal whiplash done right in Dragon Ball was Cell's introduction.
Fair point. But I just figured I'd ask. But
like to focus only on one character when you have a plethora of characters with, interesting personalities and diverse dynamics and such is just stupid.
That would make you wonder why Gohan and Piccolo are so bonded for now.
That too, it's just like we wouldn't have fucking seen any of that. It just wouldn't make any sense narratively wise to focus on that. It'd be realistic, like if you were just reading a book, and so like you're only following the one person, but then you have to make everything that one person is doing something meaningful, and everything else otherwise either be something alluding to something that will be meaningful later for the focused character, or just don't have them there at all. Like you could have you could have one focused character, just follow them, but like that type of thing works best if they're constantly doing something, because otherwise, why are we following that? So that's why, like, when we talked about like some of the filler was, like, okay, like it's nothing great, but like it's an adventure, it's a fun romp. Dragon Ball started as an adventure, and it's a fun romp. It's just goofy, typically. Granted, Dragon Ball Z, the second part 2 of Dragon Ball, is just like, no change. Just next chapter, suddenly everybody's fucking growing up, and everything's super edgy. Like, okay, it's weird. People don't really like that, but whatever. All right, we'll roll with it for a bit. What? Goku's brother? What? He's from space? What? This changes everything. I thought it was just some weird monkey kid.
Thanks.
Right? And I was like, okay. Unless you were growing up in the 90s and you just saw it on TV for the first time, because America got Dragon Ball Z first, because they're like, oh, nobody wants to watch this. It's weird. It's stupid. What's this one though? Oh, what? Oh, explosions and muscle guys beating each other up. Oh yeah, kids will watch that. Yeah. I was like, nobody knows what the fuck's going on. It literally starts nobody knowing anything about it. It's just, I am your brother. Why have you not destroyed this planet yet?
What? He was
Like,
destroy the planet? I have so many questions.
I'm stronger than before.
like, say, oh no, why would you destroy the planet? Also, why are people flying? Also, why do they have tails?
This is normal, right?
Also, what the fuck is up with his hair?
Yeah, you're right.
Like, Sailor Moon made more sense than Dragon Ball Z at the time.
Well, because Sailor Moon technically did start where it was, right? Where it was supposed to start?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that
Yeah.
makes sense.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, Sailor Moon made more sense. Come on, guys.
I've got an idea.
But, yeah, so we went on a tangent about voices and stuff.
Eh.
Yeah, by the way, we got good news. We can finally take down Buckethead over here. He's right over here. He's the only guy, Lorenz, that did not recruit, and we get to take him out today. Actually, Lorenz is like the only character that you can battle, but also recruit. But the only stipulation for recruiting him is based solely on if you recruited him before the war started. Because he doesn't actually show up like the rest of the people that you recruit after the time skip happens. He will always start here.
Okay.
Yeah, oddly enough. Let's see. Dublin. Yay. Yeah.
Also, sorry if I cut you off earlier, Explodes.
No matter what, I will not misplace my heart.
Is he still there?
I don't know. I can't really look at the Discord for it. Let me take a look now. Let me see.
I'm not looking at you.
Did you? I don't remember that.
Oh, okay, he's still here. Okay, yeah. Yeah, sorry for kind of cutting you off earlier, though. By the way, what were you gonna say during that?
I don't remember. I don't remember that happening.
We were still talking about the pacing and whatnot, and like cutting out filler and stuff. And then I kind of cut you off to mention My Hero Academia doing the same thing, but like it was structured that way from the beginning, so like nobody really cares. It works that way, but like, yeah.
I can't remember anymore. Sorry.
He's gonna
Okay, well.
I'm gonna be like, hey, now I'm angry. Is that one part that I forgot? Now I know. Okay, well. Speaking of My Hero.
Honestly, if I get interrupted, I tend to forget what I'm going to say anyways. So, really want to change.
And I have a habit of trying to talk over people too.
So speaking of which, I just got season 3 of My Hero Academia in the mail. We are at season 4 now, right?
Season 5, I believe.
Woo! Man, I have been last thing I remember watching.
As I think there's currently a total of 109 episodes.
That's good.
And the manga is still going.
Don't get used to
Yeah, it's still going. We're just waiting for season 6 to come out. Yeah.
Woo, man! Does the show look like it's gonna end, or are they trying to make this like the next big shonen that's gonna last forever?
I don't know. I mean, it's not like Black Clover or anything like that. But
Oh god, that show.
it's a shonen, so I assume it's intended to be a long running to an extent.
Wait. Any context? Black Clover? What?
It's a very, 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 very bad anime and manga. That's all you need to know.
What's it called?
Black Clover.
Oh, Black Clover. Yeah. It's so it's like one of the new shonen of the decade. Not necessarily new now, because it's like I think like 80 episodes in already or something like that, maybe more.
Yeah.
But it's a fantasy world. Basically, it's European magic Naruto.
Except it's crap.
From what I've been hearing, for the past 4 or 5 years, yeah, it's not great. It's fine. It's decent, but it's nothing great. I like random videos that I watch talk about anime in general. Some people will give its characters and its writing and like some moments praise, but like majority of opinions I see about it is it's not good.
I've watched some of it thanks to Toonami. I have not.
Like, I didn't even know what the fuck Black Clover was until I just kept hearing this shit. I'm like, what even is this anime?
It had an interesting premise, but then it just like dropped everything.
Yeah.
That's a shame.
But yeah, it's basically if Naruto took place in a mostly European setting, it's like medieval, like a pseudo medieval European fantasy setting. Because you got your idiot main character who's like from the sticks or whatever, who wants to become the very best, he wants to become like the Wizard King or some shit.
Despite not being able to properly do any of the stuff he's supposed to be able to do.
Yeah, he can't really use magic much, but he's like really strong. And I think the anime also doubles as like a pseudo harem. Like he has like a majority of his party is like female.
Yeah.
So they're trying to fulfill like 2 roles at once.
Oh,
we're gonna make a shonen and it's gonna be a harem. Yeah. That's like about all I know about that one though. But yeah, like you got like.
Was telling me that Black Clover was one of his favorites. Yeah, sure, whatever.
Yeah, I think or no, not Francis. What's his name? Jacob. Yeah. Jacob, I think, mentioned that he was watching that at one point.
Did we revoke his gamer's card? his enemy card?
I don't know. I mean, he was also watching Demon Slayer and a few other stuff at the time. So I think he's just watching a whole bunch of shit. I don't mean shit as in like they're bad. Just like he's watching a lot of stuff. So some of it's gonna be good, some of it's gonna be bad, and if he likes something that most people say is bad, all power to him. Whatever. Like you're welcome to enjoy what you enjoy.
Oh, cool.
I can't
Oh, wait, I thought
retreat.
he killed her. Never mind.
Even if
Yeah, speaking of recent shonen animes, yeah, Demon Slayer is actually pretty decent. It's not great. There's nothing spectacular about it except for, like the animation and the concept. But I enjoyed that one. It's pretty good, and it is technically getting season 2 right now, but like I think season 2 is starting off by like recapping the movie that came out like a year ago, which I still need to see. But yeah, that was pretty good. I was intrigued by it.
They've reached the point in season 2 where they've given the sister a transformation.
Don't tell me anything about it. Do not tell me anything about it. I haven't seen season 2.
I'm sorry, but it's just that Twitter got really angry at season 2.
Twitter's gonna get angry at everything. It's like everyone, like they all. I've been seeing stuff like stop looting the little girl or whatever. Stop looting Nezuko. She's like underage, and we're like, it's a fucking fictional character. Nobody cares.
Well, by the looks of it, somebody did.
Yeah, but they're all fucking idiots. That's the thing. Like, come the fuck on. Like, anime will have like somebody who looks literally like they're 5, but in all honesty, they're actually like 50,000 years old. It does not matter. Numbers and appearance do not matter. It's just fiction. Like if they really want to get angry at something, they should be looking at all the hentai that comes out. That shit is something that would offend all of them. But no, they're just looking at whatever's mainstream, picking something out of it at random, and just getting angry about it, just to make a fuss. That's what cancel culture is, and it's fucking retarded.
No, the thing is that if people call out something from a hentai, then people are gonna look at them and be like, well, "Why are you looking at a hentai?"
I mean, it's a product that exists, same as everything else. It's an animation that exists.
Yeah, but consider this as well. Consider this. You've never heard anyone defend what happens inside of a porn video.
Of course not.
Yeah, it's gonna judge the character whoever is bringing that up.
I'll be right back.
Okay. I'm just saying, if they really found the things that they're complaining about so offensive, they'd be trying to like stop hentai from being made, of all things, right? Like they would be trying to put a fucking stop to all of that if they really gave a shit, because it's so easy to access, and there's some fucked up shit that you can find in that.
Oh, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, and it dates back to as early as animation, as anime itself already, like from like the fucking 60s and 70s and stuff. Like there's shit that dates back all the way to that. Like it's existed this whole fucking time. But people are just looking at like, oh, what's the most trending thing right now? Oh, Demon Slayer's trending right now? Okay, what's this Demon Slayer thing? Oh, it's an anime? Oh, okay, oh, that's cool. Wait, what's this character though? It's a little girl. Oh, she's so adorable. Why the fuck do why do people keep on making her look sexy? She's a little girl.
Eventually,
oh, I need to cancel this now. Or it's just like, alright, what's on the agenda today? What's going on in the world? What's happening with pop culture? Oh, this looks like it's trending. Alright, let's start some fires around this thing then, yeah. Like they don't give a fuck about what they're doing. There's like, oh, this is popular. Oh well, let's make people feel bad for watching it. Let's make people feel bad for engaging in it. Let's try and get rid of it. It's popular. Let's get rid of it. Let's slander it. Let's say let's complain about the most mundane things about it. Like, oh, okay, and that makes you happy in your life. Like, does that give your life meaning? Do you feel fulfilled doing that? Like, the fuck is wrong with these people?
Well, it all comes down to having the moral high ground. And the thing is with the internet,
there's nothing moral about that. That's literally them just wasting their time and energy to complain about something that's just designed to be a product for entertainment and money. Ain't nobody trying to get rid of TV to like, ain't nobody saying anything about the news, trying to cancel the news for sharing all this horrible shit in the world. Ain't nobody's like, no, nothing. It's just, oh, let's make controversy. Let's build a controversy around something that doesn't matter. Like, what's the point? There is no point. It's just that's just cancel culture.
Not for myself.
It's not even popular. It's just an opinion that somebody's trying to fucking make explode, and idiots on fucking Twitter just roll with it because they don't care either. They're just like, oh, people are like, oh, what's that? Somebody's saying that this, you know, this random thing that I've never heard about has a 12-year-old girl that looks sexy. Oh, we need to jump on the bandwagon and get rid of it. Like, or are you fucking serious, man? Like, why do you care? If they really care, they'd be doing something like donating to actual needy shit instead of like, oh, a cartoon. Oh yeah, let's give that my full attention. I don't watch cartoons, but that sounds really bad.
You want to know one thing that majority of these people are from though? They're a bunch of these stupid college students that think that they're so self-righteous because they have the ability to write a nice convincing paper about why they're right.
Yeah, they're not convincing anybody.
Well, they're not. Well, no, they are. If nobody will believe you on anything you say, you're not going to make waves enough for us to complain about it. You got to admit that.
Touche.
Yeah.
Touche.
Somebody's listening.
You know what I mean, though.
Well, I know what you mean, but factually, which is something you like to do a lot, factually, that is not how it is. People are listening because we got a lot of dumb people. That's just how it is.
Oh yeah. It's exactly how Tommy Lee Jones said. People are dumb. The person is smart. People, they're panicky. They're I don't even remember the fucking line. I need to look up that Man in Black again.
Person smart. People are dumb. They tend to follow whatever other people say because the power of numbers. Peer pressure.
That's not the book, but yeah.
That's where I stand on it. I mean, I'm not too much into the lolly culture, the hashtag lolly culture bit.
Either am I. Like, I don't give a fuck, but it's just like nobody else can give a fuck either. It's like if you don't like it, just don't engage with it. That's all they have to do.
At this point, I feel like.
But instead, they're trying to fucking witch hunt these people and shit. Like, are you mental?
Wait, here's the thing though. I just find it funny that Dragon Ball pretty much has every type of archetype character in their show, and people don't acknowledge that most of the time.
No, because everybody when people think of Dragon Ball, they just think, oh, shout and punch and Kamehameha. That's all they think about when they think of Dragon Ball now.
Yeah, because
and every color of the rainbow for hair.
Let us not forget that Supreme Kai of Time exists, and she's technically a lolly if you think about it.
Oh yeah, she is. She actually is. Yeah, it's not technically. She is.
Well, that would still mean yeah, she is. And the thing is that nobody talks about that. It's like, oh well, yeah, that's a thing. And
of course not. Dragon Ball's got its own controversy.
Yeah, well,
it's the Vic Mignogna shit.
Yeah, but that's more of a voice actor thing. That's not necessarily.
Yeah, but it's related directly to that show. So you want to drudge up controversy about Dragon Ball? It's mainly the cast. It's mainly the cast of Funimation.
Which Funimation already did to themselves. That's not a controversy that we're like, oh, it's unwarranted. Yeah, they did it to themselves.
Yeah.
I will prevail.
But when it
like all respect was lost for those individuals. I still like their performances.
Yeah.
Like I can't deny that their performances are good most of the time. But yeah.
terms of what we started with this little tangent here, the social justice warriors and all that stuff, yeah, it's dumb. I agree with you on that. Just, like I said, it's all these college kids, dude, that have all this writing, and people read that and like, oh yeah, I believe it. Like if you watch Sonic Boom, the dumb villagers that live there, it is essentially, you would say, oh no, people wouldn't act like that, but that is really.
No, they would.
That is really how the majority of people as a group of society.
That's called mob mentality.
Yeah. There was an episode I saw today where Styx was talking, trying to tell people about the truth, because all the news was doing was not showing what was really going on with some situation. So it took her having to go hijack the radio, and then this character who listened to it was in shock. Was like, oh no. I didn't know this was happening, but thanks to this angry person saying it on the radio, now I'm totally angry and down with it. It's like,
Yep.
I mean, that I thought was pretty funny, because that is true. That is just how the majority of the public are. They hear whoever's the loudest,
Yep.
and then they'll be like, oh yeah, it has to be true.
Yeah, and that's the stupid thing. The loudest person is often the most incorrect.
That's your answer. You know, if you ever ask yourself how come people are so stupid to do that, well, that's the answer. It's just,
No, I understand why they're stupid. I'm just saying that they shouldn't be, because it's fucking stupid. Have a fucking brain. Like, also just regarding cancel culture itself, like the people that are starting this don't need to fucking be doing this. All you have to do is just not care. All you have to do is just ignore it. If you don't like it, walk away. Don't fucking walk up to it and engage it. It's like, you know, that's like every fucking horror movie. Don't go and, don't walk up the stairs of that ominously lit fucking hallway. Just don't fucking do it. If you think you're in danger and gonna die, don't fucking do it. If you don't like it, if you don't like what you're looking at, look away. Go do something else.
And you know what? You know what as well? This kind of mentality with how things are, and I'm sorry if this is not like the most politically correct thing, but it really hurts what you can do creatively.
Yeah, it does, because everybody's so scared of getting you know, accused of doing something wrong, that they're just not doing anything. They're not pushing boundaries, unless you're fucking Disney, in which case then you're mildly pushing boundaries, but not really.
Yeah, and that's the thing, because so many people, and this goes as far as also YouTubers. You look at a lot of the people that just have essentially sold out. They don't want to say anything bad per se.
No.
But they're okay with, you know, throwing F-bombs here and there, this and that. It's like, but wait, isn't using F-bombs like a bad thing? What if the children are watching? Like, unless it becomes popular opinion that saying F-bombs is bad in context of this and this and this, and you'll get canceled.
Well, that's not going to stop anybody anyway. That's just how people fucking talk.
I will argue this. There was a point in time, and I remember it specifically. There was a point in time when people, especially in YouTube, when they tried to make fun of somebody, they'd be like, "Oh, that's pretty gay." All right. If you remember that era of YouTube,
that's just a turn of phrase.
Yeah, but nowadays you don't hear anybody say that unless they quickly follow up with saying, "But that's not wrong. That's not a bad thing." They'll always say that to cover themselves on that end. But back then, no one ever had to say anything like that. But it's only because how
yeah,
opinion has changed and they don't want to get canceled. So
it's not even just the popular opinion. Just like it's also just the fact that homosexuality is more accepted now.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not nearly as okay to make fun of it, because it's socially accepted now.
Exactly.
It's not just it's not that it's popular. It's just that it's more normalized now.
But you get my point, though, right?
Yes, I get your point. Yeah.
So
like you were doing with me when I made a hyperbole. There you fucking go.
So I look at that and I'm like, okay, now that we're at this point when it comes to pushing any type of animation or type of creative outlet, people are always looking, oh, is this going to offend somebody? Yeah, should I say this? Should I do this? It's like...
And they honestly, they really just shouldn't care. If you're making a product for creativity's sake, be creative. Fuck them. Fuck anybody that's gonna say anything about it. It's your project, your vision. Make it the way you want, and if they don't like it, they can move on. They don't need to fucking engage in it. If you're only doing it because you want money out of it, do something else then. I'm sorry, but like if you're in a creative business to make money, specifically, don't, because you're not gonna make anything creative. You're not gonna push boundaries, and if you do, you're like in about 5-10 years, it's not gonna be great anymore.
It's a farce.
Well said, Dimitri. Well said. And that's our map right there. Well, we were able to win without actually destroying the beast. That's cool. The beast is just gonna hang out there and be like, okay guys, I guess I'm gonna leave now. So now that we're back on story here, after having that amazing tangent, we finally got to do back.
To do? Why?
Yeah, that story that nobody really cares about anymore.
I care
Yeah.
about it.
5
I'm gonna
years
cancel you because of that. Because you hate.
I was saved by my brothers, men of Dusker.
I don't hate to do. I just don't fucking like him.
They were of Dusker.
Actually,
He's bland.
Go ahead and explain to me while we have our touching.
Your Highness,
Go
I
ahead, tell
asked
me.
that
You know
you
why I
fulfill
like
your
you, but I've never
long-held
actually heard you
desire.
say
Did I
you
not?
didn't actually care
Allow
enough
me
for
to
it.
once again act as your sword and shield.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with him.
Let me witness
but,
your
like,
triumph. I want
Yeah,
to
I
show
find him
you
kind of
my
bland.
wish is finally
All
granted.
things considered, the whole thing with like, oh yeah, the Dusker thing or whatever, right? The tragedy of Dusker, where like, oh yeah, all this indigenous people were wiped out in some sort of a traumatic event. Okay, yeah, and we have one survivor, and all he does is just like, I die for Dimitri. Like,
Idiots.
okay, cool.
Death for the sake of that.
So what's your story?
Truly foolish.
I die for Dimitri. Right, we heard that. What about you?
I don't know.
I survived the tragedy.
I think
By
his
Dimitri.
character- I think we got to his character arc when it pretty
They
much
were just
finished,
beasts
and he was
with
just serving
human
the purpose
faces.
of what we saw there.
I had no choice but to kill
Maybe
them,
that's
and
probably
so
why
I mean, like, there's nothing wrong with his character. It's just like for a cast that's all for a game and cast that's all about getting to know the characters is like it feels kind of weird when like they're like a character's only purpose is just I live to
My
serve.
hands are tied.
Granted, there's nothing wrong with that.
By the gods,
I've written plenty of characters like that I actually like for some fucking reason. I really enjoy that dynamic of like, you know, just like having a loyal friend or, you know, servant or guardian or whatever that just sticks with you. Like, I get it, and that's cool. I do like that trope and trend, right?
My family is
In
not-
fact, I think it kind of oversaturates like my own writing with those kinds of characters all over the place. It's kind of funny now that I think about it, but
I can cook,
uh,
do laundry, anything.
just to do just seems boring
places to find work.
when you look at it. Like he visually, he looks like he could be interesting,
Get revenge.
especially if you're not looking at him in that stupid fucking school uniform. Like, take him out of that, and he looks fine.
What should we do?
Yeah. Unlike Raphael, who actually looks goofy in a good way in the school uniform, Tadu just looks out of place.
He looks like he's
Like more out of place than Petra.
He looks like he's super old compared to everybody, huh?
That too. So it's also kind of jarring to see him just around, like, you know. Like, maybe if he wasn't a student and he's just, you know, if he's just a retainer who happens to be there, like, as being a retainer, you know,
Azure Moon.
that'd be fine. Like, okay, like, oh yeah, Dimitri just has a, you know, a huge hulking manservant following him around everywhere. Okay. he's royalty, so that makes sense. No, he's like that. He is. He does have a huge hulking manservant just following him around, but he's also one of the students attending the academy.
Just so
I was like, why? Like, but why?
We have received a report from our spy.
It just seems weird.
Getting back
It
on
would seem
top-
the
well,
Empire
that's
is
actually
gathering
new
troops at
information
Fort
for me.
Mercer.
Getting back on topic
This
here,
is undoubtedly in
what's going on
response to
with
us taking the Great Bridge of
So
Murder.
we finally got to do.
The topic nobody cares.
We also got
We
the
believe that the
the
Emperor
blade
herself may
wielder
be
that's
leading
going to
them.
kill Blue Hair Sasuke Uchiha's dad.
If
She
House
just got
Yep.
murdered for no
Yep.
reason.
That generic bitch. Yeah.
Yeah, because I love how
Claude can
Dimitri's
proceed
like,
with his
yes,
plan
let her
to
join
rally
us.
the Alliance Lords,
No questions
gather
asked.
troops, and invade Empire territory.
But
Like if she'd be like, I want to help you kill the Empire. Like you'd be like, sure, all right. It's like you would have been like Leonidas, where they're like, "When this blood you seek, you're welcome to join us."
I'm afraid the difference in
And then it's like,
military strength is
the blood I
far
actually seek is yours.
While we are
And then treachery happens. Like that, like that would have been fine. But no, it's like, oh, please, sir, please, I have nowhere to go. Please take me with you. I can cook. I can clean. Please. And then try to stab him. Like, okay, like, why?
literally,
has yet to
Dimitri,
declare
this had to have
fealty to
been
the Empire.
Dimitri's worst lapse of judgment
It
when it came
is
to
also
that, because he didn't even
my
ask
home.
where she came from. He's like, is he a spy?
I will
No.
make the request to my
Just let
father.
her join.
Things
Right?
are,
Like,
I don't think
yeah, that's the dumb thing. Like, okay, okay, I guess they just judged her by appearance. Like, oh, like a homeless the refugee from one of the battles around here. Oh, how tragic. Dimitri shouldn't fucking give a shit right now. He's completely in revenge mode, unless like a part of it is like, oh no, this person has suffered a tragedy like me. Like we didn't get any kind of like introspection like that when it happened. So it's like we the player have seen this person before. So like you might want to like do something, before somebody gets stabbed in the back. God damn it. We're like, oh, somebody just got stabbed in the back. Oh, damn.
Jumping ahead here,
It's hard to
for
believe this
Rodrigue's
decisive
death,
battle
that's
will
gonna
take
be
place
for the
at
next
Grumman
chapter.
Field.
Do you think it would have had
Imagine
more
that place
impact
is
if
full
it
of
was,
memories for all of you.
a
We
scripted
won
death
the battle
during
of the Eagle
the
and
map
Lion
from
back in the day.
like a soldier?
It seems
Or
like
do you
a
think
lifetime ago.
they did a good job of
I
making
can't help
sure
but
to set
remember,
this up for
even though I
for
wish
his
I
death?
didn't.
Our
'Cause,
feast
I'll-
after
Neither.
the
I'll
battle.
give you my opinion
I
real quick.
remember
Like,
it
I
well.
think
We
it
all
kind of
had
goes
so
both
much
ways.
fun
It's
together.
just like
No!
she
Please
showed up
stop it.
specifically just
You
to have
finally
this
put all of that
the
out
plot
of your
trigger
mind.
for Dimitri to turn.
This isn't right. They're our
And-
friends.
Yep.
We used to study together.
I'm like, okay,
We shouldn't be
he
fighting
killed
them.
my brother. I'm gonna
Why not
kill
march up to Her
I'm
Majesty
gonna
in
try
reminder
killing
of that?
you, but in
Oh,
essence, I'm
that's
gonna
right.
kill
Because you
your
want to live to
father's
see
figure
tomorrow.
in front of you.
No matter
So
who
therefore,
the
it's gonna
enemy
make you
is,
change. That's
I will
really the
fight for
only
His
reason why.
Highness.
I mean, that wasn't the plan. Her plan was literally just kill the one responsible for brother's death.
Build the story building at this point. Like, I'm
If we
looking at
But
it.
yeah, but
Her
it's
main
just
objective
I
was
hope you know
was
that.
to have that happen. And
which on paper is fine.
Felix.
I just
Let's
feel it
focus
was
on the battle
kind of
ahead.
weak how
Make
they
your peace
dealt with
before
her.
we depart.
I felt like we
It's
should have
kill or
spent a
be
little bit
killed
more
out
time
there.
with her before
We
it
will
happened.
cross blades
Because
with the
literally
Empire.
going to be the next
Yeah.
chapter.
Possible we will also
And
have
she
to
just
strike
It is weak.
Yeah.
Because it just fucking happens, and the player knows it's gonna fucking happen the moment they see her, because they've already seen her
I'm
before.
used to killing familiar faces by now.
Like, hey, I recognize this person, or maybe you have such shit memory when playing the game that you won't recognize her because everybody has a voice. So like, oh yeah, even Doorman has a voice. So yeah, okay, maybe you just won't recognize it because it's like you played. You last saw her like a few chapters ago, right? And you've been playing the game, just doing all this extra shit. So like a lot of time passed, right?
Yeah.
Possibly understandable, but then so you won't see it coming. But then when it does happen, instead of being shocked, you're like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah. This could have been avoided. Dimitri, you idiot.
Yeah. But the fact that like the player knows is supposed to know the character because they saw them earlier, like it's more like, oh no, it's like trying to do like the Quentin Tarantino thing, like, oh, like if you have two people sitting down having coffee at a table and then suddenly it just blows up from bomb, that's not exciting. That's confusing. But you have two people sitting down at a table just drinking coffee, and then you show them and you show the audience that there's a bomb. Suddenly you've got tension. Like, so they're trying to set up tension because like, okay, so we see these two characters that nobody knows. Oh, they're an enemy. Okay, you fight one of them, he dies, and then you get nothing else for a few chapters, and then suddenly you see that other character who you know is related to that character that you fought and killed earlier, and she's like, please, help me. Like, this bitch is up to something. Like, you know, like, okay, I see what's going on, trying to sneak in, okay. What, like, when are they gonna do something? Oh, there it is. Okay, time for you, like, I don't know why you didn't, like, you know, press her further about, like, why she's there or whatever or anything else. But, you know, okay, easy clap. You know, just, like, you know, 1, 2, you're done. All right. He just does nothing because he's angsty. Yeah, you know, I think there's, like, one panel where, like, he looks at her and then, like, he just leaves it alone. But then, like, you know, you hear stab, and then suddenly Rodrigue is there. And it's like, oh, what the fuck? Why?
Dimitri, why did you let her in? His last words.
And it's like, you know, instead of jumping in front of him, like, you could have tackled the assailant, or you could have tackled the person you're trying to save. You know?
Yeah, you're right.
It's like the Piccolo dilemma. Why didn't Piccolo just pick up Gohan and move if he had so much time to defend him?
Well, I guess you could argue that was the paternal instinct.
Yeah, I know, but just like shield. Okay, instead of, like, I don't know, actually, you know, neutralize the threat. Instead, just like my body must be a shield. Like.
Well, we'll have plenty more time to talk about that next time. For now,
it's just stupid.
We'll see you guys next
time. I mean,
time.
it's not stupid. It's just like it was handled stupidly.
Yeah, and we'll get more on that on the next chapter because that's spoilers. Of course, we don't care about spoilers at this point, but we will be seeing and have.
No one cares about the houses. No one cares about the story.
I would beg to differ.
At this point, anybody watching Fire Emblem video of anything. Or anybody playing a Fire Emblem game for, like, a video, they're just skipping through every cutscene, every dialogue box, and they're just moving on to gameplay, unless they're specifically showing supports.
All right, guys.
Because all the stuff showing the story is already up from, like, when it came out.
All right, so I'll see you guys next time. We're getting there.
Fuck out of here.